Ready? Mm-hmm. All right, so Noel Figueroa is a poet, author, blogger, workshop facilitator, and event host from Brooklyn, BK. What's up? Who has been reading and writing poetry for over 10 years. He self-published his first book of poems, One Man's Journey, back in 2007, and has been actively blogging since 2012 through his site, The Anointed Pen Scrolls. Love that title. His poetry touches on various subjects such as faith in God, love, current events, and humor. His poem, This New America, is featured in the anthology 2020, The Year That Changed America by Kevin Powell's writing workshop. Wow, Kevin Powell. His poetry has also been featured in the 2022 and 2023 editions of the Poetry Month anthologies by the New Brunswick Free Public Library. Let's clap it up really hard. Noel A. Figueroa. Thank you. Let's go. Woo!
Yes, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good to see you all this afternoon. This is my second time here at Parkside Lounge, but this is my very first time featuring, so thank you so much to David and Mercy for the opportunity. Glad to be here today. I'm going to be I'll start off with two selections from my book, One Man's Journey. I do have a few copies with me on hand for $15. They're also available online through my blog, The Anointed Pen Scrolls. So this first piece is called Undying Spirit. The drums play on, they play our life rhythms. The drums play on, they play our life rhythms. The drums play on, they play our life rhythms. Through a cruel and raging storm, a child is born. The bloodline will surely continue, for we are a strong nation of kings and queens, creators, givers, lovers, dreamers, workers, caregivers, and most of all, fighters. The drums play on, they play our life rhythms. The drums play on, they play our life rhythms. Our melodic visions, our sweet spirit of hope, our battle cry for freedom. We're born into a world where our color is a scapegoat for corruption and lies. Yet the drums play on, they play our life rhythms. The drums play on, they play our life rhythms. Our rhythm is consistent, forceful, and emotional. We dance the dance of life among the stench of death and dead-end directions. With rhythmic selections, we tell a story of struggle, slavery, rape, lost identity, which increases intensity with every passing step through time. Yet the drums play on, they play our life rhythms. The drums play on, they play our life rhythms. Witnessing lynching and segregation, quote unquote separate but equal, such an abomination. Treated like second-class citizens in a first-class country. What happened to quote unquote all men are created equal? I am the fruit of my creator, which is abused by ignorance, hate, and fear. What are you afraid of? That I may actually be just as capable, if not more, of holding my own? That I am intelligent, respectable, hardworking, and focused? We as a people exploded when we couldn't take it anymore. The Civil Rights Movement, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, the Black Panthers, Angela Davis. We demanded equal rights. We demanded equal rights. We demanded quicker responses to our issues, equal pay, better housing, better education. We broke down the door and barged right in to take what was rightfully ours. And yet the drums play on, they play our life rhythms. The drums play on, they play our life rhythms. The drums play on, they play our life rhythms. For the struggle continues, even now, with our many advances in film, art, television, music, technology, and many more. We're still fighting for our rightful place in this world. And yet we have our own wealth, which was accumulated through generations. We have our own businesses. We're calling the shots and making a difference despite the forces that try to hold us back. We can't be stopped. The drums play on, they play our life rhythms. The drums play on, they play our life rhythms. The drums play on, they play our life rhythms. We are beautiful in every shade. We must recognize this and grow in unity and love. Learn to love who you are. We have the blood of kings and queens in us. We are beautiful and unique, and we will get our respect. We are people too. We are equal. Without struggle, there is no progress. Listen carefully, and you hear the drums play on. The drums play on, they play our life rhythms. The drums play on, they play our life rhythms. The drums of our undying spirit. Thank you. Thank you so much. This next poem from the book is what I would consider to be one of my signature poems. It's called Color Me Creative. I am more than a mahogany king engaged in a graceful dance. I am more than a caramel king with a voice not given by chance. I am every brown, dark or light, every shade of black. I am the musician playing blues to Bach, soul to rock, the painter painting like Monet or Renoir, or as the ancestors from Africa. I am the writer with pen in hand, painting visions with words that help understand, inspire, change, and release life. I am the actor in detailed plays that tell a story, my story, breathing life into today. I can be everything and anything. I can be all that God wants me to be. My name can be in lights on a marquee. My face can be on a magazine, newspaper, or book cover, promoting my worth, my value, my substance. Color me creative. Let my abilities educate your soul and open your eyes to the truth of me being more than a sum of my parts, more than my skin color, hair color, eye color, more than who my mother is or who my father is or who my relative is, greater than stereotypes, typecasts, rumors, and ignorance, greater than my trials and my pains. Color me with the colors of my talents, the shades of my intellect, the hues of my spirit. Color me creative. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. These next selections will be featured in future projects at some point. So this next piece is called Sands of Dubai. Her name is Mystery. Her fragrance of lilacs and desert blossoms fills the air wherever she walks. The northwest winds make her burnt sienna hair dance jubilantly. Her light caramel skin illuminates in the sun. Her dress flows with the breeze like a happy child running in the field. Her name is Mystery, and I am in awe of her magnificent beauty. She has my attention. I stand in awe of her in the sands of Dubai. It has to be at least 105 degrees, but her beauty brings a cool refreshing to my soul. I see her in all of her beauty. I see her in all of her glory, the princess of the desert. I am the prince of the desert, in my royal white attire, sitting on my white horse, caught up in the rapture of her femininity. Her name is Mystery. She looks in my direction with the gaze of a distant lover and smiles with an aura of gratitude. Would I be her prince for the moment or for a lifetime? I have no sense of time. Time seems to have stopped, so I can take in this moment of grandeur that is the epitome of womanhood in my sight. I ride towards her, feeling the electricity of the event. Were you waiting for me? I say somewhat sarcastically. I see no other desert prince worthy of my presence, she says boldly, knowing very well what she wants, wasting not 1 minute. Will you ride with me into the desert night? I ask, knowing exactly what I wanted. I have waited for this moment. I waited for your manifestation out of my visions, out of the visions of my many dreams, she said boldly, as if to confirm that our meeting was destined in the stars. I reach for her hand and say, then ride with me into the sands of Dubai. Be my bride. We will rule the desert with our love. She takes my hand and I help her onto my horse. She takes my hand and then I help her up onto my horse. You feel the longing in my soul. Take me away with you. Let us ride into the setting of the crimson sun. Let's leave everything behind and become one. I happily oblige, and in that second of awe, we kiss passionately. We begin to ride, we begin to ride, we begin to ride into the desert, filled with the electricity of romance. Will I still know you only as Mystery? I said curiously. This mystery and many more will be revealed in the sands of our time, my love. With that said, I was satisfied, and I made the horse quicken its pace, and we rode into the desert full of happiness never seen before, for we both knew that by the time we made it to the Gulf of Oman, we would be married in a ceremony fit for a desert prince and princess. Thank you. Thank you. This next piece is called Let It Burn. There I stand with a lighter in my hand, watching flames and charred embers of my disgust dance in the wind. This chapter is closed, over, and done with. Once again, it's time to regroup. I've reached the limit of my hell and high water, and before I lose myself, I will lose what no longer adds to my life and my well-being. There I stand with a clean slate in my hand, ready to write some people, places, and things out of my life. No longer making a priority what makes me an option. There I stand with defined intentions, shutting the door on disrespect and the devaluing of my presence. Here I write a new proclamation, documenting the shift in my journey, so I'll have reminders to refer to in my next season of struggle. Reminders of this moment when I let it all burn. The rejection, the lies, the one-sided relationships, the false help, the selfish, the inconsiderate, the liars. I let them burn, I let them all burn. Here I write with a voice of reason, knowing who I am and knowing where I'm going, acknowledging where I am now and why I'm clear in moving on and letting go. I know my worth and I'm adding tax, shipping and handling and destination fees, clearing out the clutter, the outdated and the overrated and the exaggerated and the superficial. It's my time of release. Let it all burn. I let it all burn. Here I stand after I brought all the smoke to all who took me for a joke. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, that I wipe off my feet, and I walk away from all that made me feel like I don't matter, and I walk towards the things that show that I do matter. I've reached the limit of my hell and high water, and before I lose myself, I will lose what no longer adds to my life and my well-being. I let it burn, I let it all burn. Thank you. Thank you so much. This last piece for today is called Love Is. Love is the reason, love is the open door that you can run through, your way of escape from oppression and disarray. Love is your therapy as you walk to your destiny, medication for the scars of life and calamities. Love is your sails being pushed by the breath of God, propelling your vessel of purpose through the valleys of hurt and despair, never letting you stay there, surrounding you with endless care, and songs of victory, reminding you of who you really are. Love is his hands extended, reaching you when no one else can. Love is his wisdom and understanding. Love is his love. His love is unchanging and unconditional and unbreakable. Love is his presence, unforgettable and incredible, almost beyond description, the greatest prescription ever known. Love is undying compassion, generosity, stretching beyond mere textbook philosophy, far beyond what we can see. Love is far-reaching hope, stretching beyond man-made boundaries. Love is everlasting to everlasting, the first and the last, the beginning and the end, but providing new beginnings. How ironic is that fact? Or is it more like history, that before the world was, he was? Before there were words, he was the word. Before there was love, he was the manifested definition of love. Love is the true insurance policy that never expires, the main ingredient that fulfills your desires, and not only your needs. Love is living and breathing and planting seeds from generation to generation. It always succeeds. Love is the open door that you can run through, your way of escape from oppression and disarray. Love is your therapy as you walk to your destiny, medication for the scars of life and calamities. Love is your therapy as you walk to your destiny, medication for the scars of life and calamities. Love is the reason why I still stand. Love is the reason why I still stand. Love is the reason. Love is the reason. Thank you. Thank you all so much for your time. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Clubhouse. Thank you. Oh, yes. I host a podcast called the PWP Sessions. I'll be resuming interviews sometime in September. Those poets that are interested in being interviewed, you can shoot me an email at poetsforpurpose@gmail.com. Also, I'm celebrating the 5th anniversary of my workshop, Poets for Purpose, on July 29th at 8 p.m. The event will be held online via Zoom, and you can find the details of that event, as well as all the other events that I've done and done in the past on all of my social media. Thank you.